Hello there, you're on the Heart of Reddit channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Get your popcorn ready and enjoy. Have fun working 5 jobs DM? So I work at a small store. My manager quit. The AEM got fired for stealing money. 2 other employees quit because of the new workload, and I'm now stuck doing all of it. So I told my DM, I'll expect a temporary increase to $29 HR plus overtime to account for the extra work outside my job description. The amount isn't random, it's the sum of mine and my manager's wages. Expect me to do the work of 5 people. Pay me. He says no and that I'm not expected to do any more than my agreed upon job description. His exact words were, just keep doing your job. Nobody is expecting you to do the others' jobs as well. So I do just that. I don't do the deposits, the security briefings, the sales reports, the containment inspections, etc. All tasks that are outside my job description. So my DM gets mad, saying none of the work is done. You told me you were not going to approve my temporary wage increases because you were not expanding my job tasks. Therefore I did only my job. He threw a fit about me obviously misunderstanding him, and I stopped and told him, I didn't misunderstand you. I told you I would not do extra work without extra compensation. I should also mention I went from working 15 hours a week to 75. He called me lazy and greedy because I just want to make a buck. Yes, that is indeed how this whole employment thing works. You need job done. I agree to do job for payment. You pay me to do job, so I quit. Have fun working the entire store by yourself, without overtime because you're an exempt employee DM. Did you read my contract? This is not my story, but was related by a friend. We'll name him John. He was a contractor for a company. When he got the gig, they initially dangled the contract to employee carrot, but never followed through, so after 5 years, he was still a contractor. His contract had provisions for annual increases, overtime, weekend, and holiday rates, on call, and fixed time off. All was well until he got a new boss. We'll call him Richard. Richard said about marking his territory, and crapping on everything. He decided that John was going to become the permanent on-call person. He sends an email to that effect, to which John replies, sure, you have read my contract, right? Richard fires back a not nice email, explaining that John wasn't getting out of this. He was on call immediately and that was that. On-call response time was 30 minutes from notification to being in the office. At the end of the month, John submitted his monthly invoice for 672 hours, 160 hours at regular rate, 80 hours at time and a half, 240 hours at double time, and 192 hours at weekend overtime rate, triple time, instead of the normal bill of about 190 hours. With overtime, 205 hours pay. This bill was for over 1,300 hours worth of pay. Once you multiplied out the overtime, Richard fired John, who was the only guy working on a particular project that was 90% complete. John enjoyed his 30 days paid termination vacation. The CEO called John to find out the status of the big project, and found out that nobody was working on it. Richard found a new job. John was rehired with a bump in pay, and he never had to pull on call again. Follow your financial advice. Sure, boss. I got a management job at a small business, by accident about 2 years ago. Someone got fired, the replacement bailed, and the job landed in my lap. Since then, my responsibilities have been increasing monthly while my pay has stayed stagnant at just a bit higher than minimum wage. There are over a dozen responsibilities on my plate that only I can do for us at this point. Even the business owner calls me for help if I take a day off. They need me very much here. Where I live, management jobs are generally about 1/8x min wage to start. I make about 1 for X min wage. I have been budgeting, reviewing my finances, and budgeting some more. Trying to pay down debts so I can comfortably afford to have kids, and maybe a house in about 4 years' time. Despite my best efforts, at my current pay it will take me 6 years to reach this goal. I approached my boss about a raise several weeks ago. He delayed the discussion multiple times, finally giving in and giving all senior employees a 6% raise and implementing a bonus structure for meeting sales targets. Of those employees, I am the only one whose work directly impacts the sales targets. The fixed raise was under $1 per hour and the bonus scheme, if I work my ass off more than ever before, would work out to another $1 per hour on months the target is reached. This total still has me under the pay rate for general management in my area, and doesn't account for all the responsibilities I have that only I am trained to do. I told my boss I was unhappy with this and he gave me a book on financial management, told me to follow its advice, and to stop buying coffees. Chapter 1 of the book recommended you audit yourself financially, and said that if you have budgeted well, trimmed extra expenses, and still couldn't reach your financial goals with your current income, seek a better job. So I'm following my boss' sound financial advice, and looking for a new job. I'm going to an interview tomorrow.